has my favorite color in there, yellow. I love yellow so much. Okay, now, my friends, we shall start. So what I will be doing is with each quote that I recite, I will be explaining my own perspective on it and experiences dealing with that specific topic. Okay, so we have arrived. So, the very first quote, my friend, is a quote by Johnny Depp. And it says, "The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem." And that quote right there, it applies to so many situations you could have in your life. I know for me especially, your attitude towards the problem determines if the problem will ever get solved. Because if you are so stressed out and you can't even have time to think and you just panic about the problem instead of thinking of like strategic ways and solutions to fix the problem, then you won't really get anywhere. So I've met a lot of people in my life that I've came across where they made the problem much bigger than it had to be because their emotions got the best of them. And where your emotions can get the best of you, that shows how easily you can succumb to them, which is not good at all. So if you can control your emotions, you can control your problems better. So something to think about. Okay, then my next quote. Some of these I'm not sure who said this quote, but if you know, then I would appreciate it if you could let me know who said it in the comment section down below. Thank you. This next quote says, "Don't burn your opportunities for temporary comfort." Now that one right there, a lot of people are seduced by temporary comfort. You know, they don't care about the long-term effects realize that, and the sooner that you can accept it, and the easier it will be to move forward. So remember that. Hey guys, sorry about that little thing. My memory got full, so I had to quickly delete a couple things to finish this video. But anyway, let's continue right on track to my next quote. Okay. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far, by the way. Please give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoy it. Just right there, just off to like the left side, just click it. Okay. Alright, now let's continue. So this next quote, okay, this next quote I like. It says, the desire to know your own soul will end all other desire. And that's by Rumi. I believe that's it's by Rumi. I was trying to think of, it's by Rumi, that's all you need now. But aside from that, the desire to know your own soul will end all other desire. Basically what that means is learning to know yourself, knowing your talents, knowing what you're good at, knowing what you're bad at, knowing what you feel like you have a calling for, knowing your passion, knowing what makes you you. And I think that's the most important thing of all, is being true to yourself, every part of yourself, and accepting it, and being the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. That's the most important thing. So. Okay, another great quote by the same guy, Rumi, is, as you start to walk on the way appears. And by that, it's so true, because I've experienced it with the current career that I'm in. Like, the way was unknown, and a lot of people don't like taking the unknown road because they're very doubtful and very negative. Oh man, what if this happens? Oh, I don't think you can do it. But you just have to start. Just start. Even if you don't have everything you need, even if you start before you're ready. That's the advice I'll give you. That's what I've done with a good number of things that I've done to make money, like freelancing as a voiceover artist online. I started before I was ready. You know, I had a microphone, but I had no clue how to voice act, but I learned to learn along the way. So that's what you have to do, just learn along the way. Just start. And once, like Rumi says, once you start to walk on the way appears. So remember that. This next quote is very true, and I'm sure a lot of people can definitely relate to this next quote. Before you heal someone, ask if he is willing to give up the things that make him sick. That's by Hippocrates. I think I this next quote actually got it from online. I'm not sure exactly who said it, but it definitely makes you think about how your perspective on different things you may use or eat, purchase. So, a Big Mac doesn't cost $3.99. It costs your health. Netflix doesn't cost $19.99. It costs your time. Social media isn't free. It costs your focus. There is always a hidden cost. So all of those things right there are very popular in today's society. McDonald's, Big Macs. Yeah, sure, it's cheap. That's great, but not all cheap things are healthy for you. Actually, the way it works is the things that are more healthy for you are more expensive. That's why a majority of Americans are overweight or obese, because some of them simply just can't afford to be healthy. But you have to take that in consideration every time you purchase fast food. A Big Mac, a large fry, a shake. Oh, tastes so good in a moment, right? But it costs you your health. And sure, your health won't completely deteriorate the next day, but it takes time. As you keep going back to get that Big Mac, to get that shake, to get that large fry, your health will continue to decrease little by little by little until you have health problems. So, Netflix doesn't cost $19.99. It costs your time. Now, I know a lot of people that abuse watching TV. Like, TV is meant for entertainment, okay? Personally, I don't watch much TV. I like to be more productive with my time. Usually, the only time I really watch TV or videos are when I'm like eating a meal and I want a little bit of entertainment. But aside from that, I'm usually working or doing voiceovers or doing this or reading, doing something where I'm learning. I'm constantly bettering myself in some way, shape, or form. Social media, that right there, social media isn't free. It costs you your focus big time. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of businesses actually that have a big following on social media. That's how they grow. That's different because that is when it's helping you in your business. But for your leisure time, when you're just trying to impress people or get a boy to notice you or a girl, it's costing you your focus. So you have to really reevaluate what should you be putting your focus on in your life that will benefit you in the long term. Think about that. Everything has a hidden cost. Yeah. Now this next quote. Let's see. This next quote is the last one for today's video. And this hopefully can make you have a much different perspective about how you approach different situations in your life. Right, let me sip my water really quick. Okay, let's do this. Anything that annoys you teaches you patience. Anyone who abandons you teaches you how to stand up on your own 2 feet. Anything that angers you is teaching you how to forgive and be compassionate. Anything you can't control is teaching you how to let go. And anything that has power over you is teaching you how to take your power back. So, that's a lot I just laid on you guys just now, isn't it? Okay, so I'll go one by one to explain my perspective on Anything that has power over you is teaching you how to take your power back. This one I like. I like this one. And this one takes courage.